So when we first started hearing about the coronavirus in, I think, January of this year, our public health department really leapt into action to make sure that we as a city were prepared and that we were tracking the impact of the virus and learning from other places where it was spreading. And we had our first case in either February or March, and ever since then public health has just worked absolutely tirelessly to make sure that not only that people are getting good information about the pandemic and how to protect themselves, but also making sure that they are putting in place the appropriate public health orders and making sure that they're sharing out good data with the public.
This has been an incredible year. The challenges are, how do we keep up with the pace of this pandemic? How do we assure that we are doing everything to keep up with the evolving data? We have created a variety of different structures within the department to make sure that we have access to and are constantly tracking the data and the evidence on a daily basis. We have invested heavily in communications. So quite early on, we started creating what was an internal dashboard, which has become an external dashboard that has a variety of different data points around the cases, the positivity rate, hospitalizations in Dane County. And within that, it's always intended to be forward-looking so that we can move to a phased reopening of this community.
On the city side, we just completely transformed. Here in the City of Madison, we're completely committed to making sure that everybody who's eligible to vote can vote. And that's been true for a decade or more. And we just have a really strong belief in democracy and have invested in the mechanisms of democracy over the years. And one of the reasons that I think we're doing a good job in this election is because our city clerk and her staff have spent literally years figuring out how to make it easy for people to vote.
In April, we offered drive-up voting. Election officials would run out to your vehicle and bring you a ballot to vote absentee, and was more popular than we had anticipated. So other city agencies helped us out by reserving more parking meters. We had people from planning help us find polling locations. Public health helped us form the plan for keeping people safe at the polls. And building inspection helping us obtain personal protective equipment. The fire department provided us with space to install ballot drop boxes. And so it's been more than just the clerk's office making it possible for people to vote safely through these pandemic elections. It's really been all city agencies pulling together to make it happen.
And it's important because, all sorts of things are decided at the ballot box. This November, obviously there's the presidential, which is hugely important, but there's also state races, there's county races, and there's 2 referenda from the school district. And that will influence our schools for decades to come, right? So it's just very important that everybody be able to access the mechanism of democracy because it impacts everything all around us.